Hey guys, it's Jack Sanders, a construction worker and head of content at workbootsguru.com. For many years, me and many friends of mine suffered a lot from having to stand long hours at work without using the proper work boots, which is why I spent many hours trying to find work boots that would help me get rid of that anguish. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 work boots for standing all day long that I found to be the best. I hope you guys find it useful. To begin this video, I'd like to start with the benefits of using the proper pair of work boots for standing all day long. The first one being that these boots will support the feet and apply the correct pressure to the right muscles to prevent both pain and possible injuries. The second benefit is that they promote the preservation of the natural foot contour. This helps any worker in avoiding pain and suffering throughout the day, especially if they have to stand all day long on their feet. The third benefit is how well they provide weight support and distribution, so the worker's body remains in its best possible posture. The fourth benefit I found was that they allow the worker to function at optimal performance levels because they let them work without any type of pains holding them back. Moving on, I would also like to talk about the consequences of having to stand all day long on your feet, so you get a closer idea on what negative impacts this has on your body. First, standing on hard surfaces all day long will make a negative impact on your feet as they are not built to stand this, which leaves them completely beaten up at the end of the day. Then, the impact of having to stand 8 or 10 hours on hard surfaces without pause is something that will negatively impact the knees as these joints aren't large enough to effectively manage the impact. In consequence, this situation will lead to knee pain. Finally, this pain will result in the worker adopting a posture to compensate for that pain, and that posture will not at all be healthy. In fact, it will be so cramped and anti-ergonomic that it will affect the spine, which is something that will lead to lower back pain in the short term, and to serious back issues that may require surgery after many years of adopting this position. Let's now talk about the features you should look for in your next pair of work boots if you want to use them for being on your feet all day long. So what are the features a work boot should have to make the life of a worker that has to stay all day long on his feet easier? The first ones are support features. Work boots should have features such as a decent amount of cushioning and the right amount of shock absorbing material so they can relieve the stress that standing all day puts on the joints. Also, the boots should have flexible outsoles to adapt to the worker's feet, yet they must be firm enough to handle the worker's body weight. The second type of features all work boots for standing all day should have is comfortable features. Attributes such as well-padded insoles with the right arch support are essential to let the worker handle hard surfaces. Also, fit is important to make you feel comfortable throughout the day. And going for a lightweight pair of work boots might also be a good idea as it will provide enough comfort to make the workday much better. The third type of features the best work boots for standing all day should have is protective features such as a safety steel toe that will give the worker the guarantee that his toes won't get crushed if heavy objects were to fall on them. Also, features that prevent shocks or electrocution must be present among other attributes of the boots, as these types of accidents could really hurt the worker. Finally, if the worker is used to work in cold weathers, the boots must have insulated materials as warm and comfortable feet are key to produce a successful workday. Moving on, I'd like to briefly talk about how I chose the 5 boots that I think are the best to use when a worker must confront a long work shift standing on his feet. Now, let me talk to you about how I tested the boots. First, I paid close attention to how my back, knees, and feet felt at the end of a workday after having used a given pair of work boots. And then I tested if the boots did or did not relieve stress of my joints and back after hours of standing on really tough surfaces, as this is the only way in which a pair of work boots could help my feet to regenerate and relax. So, after testing many work boots, I arrived at the following list of 5 boots I think were best for standing all day long on hard surfaces. I didn't really put them in any order, so don't pay too much attention to it, okay? Let's do this. In the 5th place, I chose the Skechers Radford work boots. In terms of comfort, this work boots were made with a lace-up closure combined with metal eyelets that gave me a secure fit that helped my feet to cope with me working all day on my feet. The boots also came with cushioned removable insoles finished off with memory foam, which combated the tension of standing all day long on hard surfaces by absorbing the shock that comes with it. Moreover, when talking about protective features, these work boots came built with 400 grams of thin-solid insulation material that warmed my feet on the coldest days. They also had composite safety toes that met the highest quality standards, which meant that I was using footwear that protected my toes from being crushed by falling objects at the worksite. Finally, in terms of durability, these Radford boots were made of a high quality leather that not only looked awesome, but also held everything in place. Then I selected the Caterpillar Diagnostic work boots to get the 4th place on my list of the best work boots for standing all day. These boots came built with great comfort features such as their high acclaimed EVA footbeds made of a high-tech gel that absorbed the shocks generated by me having to stand all day on hard surfaces, which gave my joints the badly needed pressure release and support. Additionally, they had the Caterpillar's Ergo Comfort System that grooved with the moves of my feet and ergonomically adjusted itself for optimal support with each new position or step I took. They also had really impressive protective features like strong steel toes that prevented all manner of objects from crushing or bruising my poor little toes. Also, they came with slip-resistant rubber outsoles that kept good traction even when I would walk on imperfect, potentially slippery surfaces. And they also came with a super thermal insulation material that kept both of my feet cozy and dry. Finally, in terms of durability, they came built using a high-quality waterproof leather which kept my feet dry no matter what. In 3rd place, I chose the Keen Utility Pittsburgh work boots. These work boots came with good comfort features such as removable and cushioned footbeds that gave my feet a stress-free ride even after being on my feet for 10 hours straight at the construction site where I work at. Also, the boots had a shock-absorbing EVA midsoles that were vital to remove the impact of the hard surfaces I would have to stand on all day put on my feet and back. Moreover, the boots had extraordinary protective features like heavy-duty aluminum safety toes which let me breathe without worries because I knew that my toes were protected from falling objects that could harm them. Plus, the boots came with an electrical hazard rating which gave me peace of mind when, during the testing period, I was in the middle of a dangerous task that could fry my brain if I wouldn't have been wearing the proper work boots. And the oil and slip resistant, non-marking rubber outsoles were essential to walk comfortably in slippery surfaces at my construction site, which in turn let me achieve a better level of performance, as they provided great traction and confidence to walk around. Finally, these Keen Utility Pittsburgh work boots had durability attributes that made a really good impression on me, such as the fact that they were built following the Goodyear welt construction method, which is known for adding years of durability to any boot's lifespan. Also, the boots came built with full-grain nubuck waterproof uppers and durable linings which made them feel sturdy but comfortable during the testing period. On 2nd place, I listed the Irish Setter 83606 work boots. In terms of comfort, these work boots were made with removable PU footbeds that absorbed the otherwise painful shocks that came with walking on hard concrete for hours at a time. The boots also came with EVA midsoles, which cushioned and supported my poor tired feet after being on them for long hours. They also had impressive protective features like non-metallic safety toes which not only protected my toes from getting crushed, but also electrocuted. Additionally, they came with white rubber EVA traction tread outsoles that resisted slippage even on slippery floors, which helped me to prevent accidents, injuries, and the resultant loss of income. Finally, these Irish Setter boots had awesome durability attributes that made a good impression on me, such as their heat-resistant outsoles that can resist temperatures of 475 degrees and higher. Secondly, the boots came built following the Goodyear welt construction method as part of the production process, which is composed of a strip that runs along the boot's outsole to add extra strength, greatly increasing the boot's lifespan. Finally, I chose the Timberland Pro Boondock work boots. These boots came built with great comfort features, such as their dual density dynamic anti-fatigue technology, which absorbed the shock that came with standing all day on tough surfaces during the testing period. Also, these Timberland boots came with an easy-to-use lacing system which ensured that I would achieve a fit customized to my feet, which highly increased the comfort derived from the boots. Finally, Timberland cut down on foot funk by lining these boots with an antimicrobial treatment, which let the feet breathe and gets rid of the bacteria that cause odors. Moreover, the boots had an extraordinary protective features like composite safety toes which protected my feet from falling objects, and because they were not made using any type of material, they also kept me safe from electric shocks, which is always a good advantage for me as I'm always around wires and stuff. They were also equipped with tough and grippy outsoles that provided me with plenty of traction, which kept me safe from falling while working around wet and slippery surfaces. Finally, in terms of durability, these boots were built with a combination of the Goodyear welts and cement heels construction methods, which are techniques that tightly bind the boots' materials together, which means that workers don't have to replace their boots every year. And finally, the boots were also made of a leather waterproof membrane, which protected them and my feet from water, chemicals, and other substances commonly found at the worksite where I work. Well, that was my take on the best work boots for standing all day long. This video came as a result of hours and hours of work, so if you find time to drop a like or just share the video, that would be awesome. Also, you will find more information about these work boots in the description down below. Thanks!